Okie dokie. Right. Da da na na na. Na 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 na. Right, so let's get back. So I don't actually. So earlier, I don't know, crashed, and in that point, I was just like, right, take the break. But we're back now, so we're going to continue the race for Azerbaijan. Now, we'll see what the weather's like, and if it's any good, we will hopefully get a decent result here today. I mean, I'd like to think so anyway, so yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Wasanderu sonake no koiso da no daru Gedan Gedan daru Gaidan Sadan daru Song Song Kong Todong Song Tong Kong Dong. You already seen all this. Right, so what's the weather looking like? That is the big question. Because obviously I think make sure this wheel is actually strapped to the table. On my desk at least, and it won't come flying off again. Because it's a bit of an offender for doing that now. Right. Oh. You know what? It's raining. That's rain. I think we go... I can't go on dries? What do you mean? What do you mean I can't go on dries? You mean I can't go wet? Wow, okay. Interesting. And it is 13 laps. We'll put in 14 laps worth of fuel in there. But that's very strange. Very, very strange. So it's wet weather.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the
Other than the fact it's raining. Ooh. Yeah, it's very wet here. Very wet. Trying to desperately warm these tyres up. They're worn as well, which does not help things in the slightest. Hopefully the rain stops soon. With any luck, anyway, as we almost go into our teammate there. That is not good. Not good. Well, I guess we've got time to chat now, apparently, because now I'm going here, and it should teleport me back to the grid. It's not a good start to our Baku race, is it? I really do not understand though why. Hello, Mario. Yeah, I don't understand why it's made me go on softs in the rain. This is going to be interesting, but obviously, if earlier would not let me go on to intermediates. Okay, I'm supposed to be good. Well, good is subjective. I don't crash all the time. For me, that's good. Besides, eventually everyone else will arrive. Maybe. No, behind me. No. Hey, just because I've been playing the F1 games for a long time does not necessarily mean I'm good at them. It is possible to just drive... Oh, there we are. Found them. So now we just wait for them all to form up. And then we're going to very slowly go off the line. Because again, for some reason, the team thinks that softs are the best idea in rain. And I'm not actually able to change it in the strategy menu. For some reason. Which I think is incredibly strange. So here we go. It's lights out and away we go. We get a really bad start. Russell going down the inside. So is Giovinazzi. So is Leclerc. We got someone on the inside as well. And I think it is Lando Norris trying to stay in a decent position here, making contact, I believe, with Vettel there on the first two corners, and we've lost a lot of positions. Not a good start to our race. And now is the case of, do we pit for intermediates and lose 20 seconds, or do we try and stick it out on the softs until the rain passes? Because I don't believe it will be here for very long. That is the very difficult question to ask and to make. Norris is actually starting on intermediates. As we make a very bad decision. Leclerc's on our inside. He's going to have to pull out. Hits us. Wow. Leclerc not giving us any room into that corner. We're going to rewind time, as is a customary in F1. You know, if you make a mistake, you just turn back the clock. Is how they're able to do such amazing.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
It is not going. I just wow. See, that one I will admit is completely my fault and is just a skill issue. That's 2 of the 3 flashbacks I allow myself, because I'm not exactly a good driver, but I'm not going to just sit here all day until I get the perfect race, because then that would defeat the purpose of the race. So we get one more of them. Oh my god, so much oversteer coming from having absolutely no grip.
Okay, the start was fine. Let's try and move forward.
That's what I'm trying to do. Oh my god. Big slide out of that corner. As we head onto the straight, we've got Vettel right behind us, but in half a second. Whoa, making contact with the wall there a little bit. And he's going to have a good run on us down this straight. Giovinazzi in the other Ferrari, 2 seconds ahead. We are just not able to we're very much struggling on these. Well then, we're not allowed to make another mistake now. We are not allowed to make another mistake. Any mistake we make from now on will be final. That's it. If we make another mistake, there's nothing we do about it. That is it. I can't complain, and we just move on to the next race. Obviously, we don't want a DNF, so I think we're going to go a lot more careful here. but I've got absolutely no grip. Because for some reason, they put me on soft tyres, they put me on slick tyres in the wet. And I did not have the ability to change that setting. And I'm not as good as the AI in the wet. As we're trying desperately to just get some sort of grip, to get some sort of speed up in this car, but we're just not finding anything. And this is a huge, huge problem. We do have points, so we just need to be careful as we come up to arguably the hardest part of the track. Just slowly make our way through it. Feather the throttle. As Vettel now on our inside.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
We're going to let Vettel past. We don't want to risk any contact. As long as we finish in the points, I'll be happy with that. But we have got absolutely no traction at all. There's nothing I can do about it. Oh my god. Oh no.
It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
As now we've got damage and we've got very worn back tyres from all the spinning. Lando coming down our inside. We have to try and squeeze him, but there's no use. He's just blasting by as we make cav damage. And I think that is it for our race. Oh. That's it. Great. Absolutely amazing race. We just overcooked it into the corner. I'm just going to drive it into the wall.
Let me know you're all right.
It is what it is. We, personally, I blame it on not being able to switch tyres. It forced me onto softs in the wet. So I had absolutely no grip, and especially on F1 2020, which is what this game is, the AI is extremely OP in the wet, especially when they're on softs, because why the hell not? It is a glitch that can sometimes happen in this game, and when it does, obviously, that's the result. We had a good qualifying, started 6th, but, well, not much we can do about it, is there?
The Racing Point team will be very happy with today's
That is, oh my god! On the plus side, that is a podium, second place for Carlos Sainz. And we will take that, actually. We will take that. That is a very, very good result for the team. Okay, wait until it's dry. Wait until it's dry. And I'll prove to you that I can drive quicker than a 12-year-old.
So, let's review the drivers.
Wait for it to be dry and I will cook. Just give me a chance. I am not known as the Rainmaster.
Well, things didn't really go your way today.
I'm not talking to them. To be fair, I think I might turn this option off. It's... No, I didn't feel... I am not a wet weather driver. Don't get annoyed with me about it. But it is what it is, so we're going to move on to the next race. Hopefully we should have enough to afford our driver for the second half of the season. As we got some more money there for the team. But we can gear up for the next race, which I believe... I want to say it's Canada, or something like that. I can't remember though. Can't remember what I put down. Yeah, it is Canada. I am correct there. And we do have some worn parts in the engine, which we are going to swap out. Do the activities. There we go. We've got two new
We've had the new
parts come in, and we are now the third quickest team on the grid, which is very, very good for this team. Very good, as now we can focus solely on making the aero better. We officially have, I believe, by far the best chassis on the grid. As now we move to the 11th for the Canadian Grand Prix. So we go to the race weekend. We can replace the gearbox, and it should be dry this time, so I'll be able to actually drive the car. Because, like I said, not a wet weather driver in the slightest. Or at least, I'm not too bad when I have the right tyre. And I will continue to blame that. And not my skill issue, I swear. But yeah, I'm not the best driver in the world or anything like that. But I'm not horrible. I do need to learn to be less crash happy though, I will admit. But yeah, Canada. It's, to be fair, I think it's one of my favourite circuits on the calendar. It's one of those tracks that gels with me quite well. I do enjoy racing around it. I do enjoy watching the races of it. Especially this year was pretty good. Last year was very good with the changing weather. In my defence as well, it did start me on my qualifying tyres as well. So I was already like 10% up on the wear. So I was on worn tyres in the wet. Worn slick tyres in the wet. I don't really know what they expected. I noticed that on my formation lap. I did realise they had put my qualifying tyres on. Yes, I will continue making excuses because I don't like to admit that I have a skill issue, even though I'm very aware that I do. But I'm a little bit quicker in the dry. just a little bit. Just a teeny weensy little bit. As now we go to qualifying. Now I'm predicting... You know what? We're predicting top 3. We've got the third quickest car. We should be getting podiums now. We've gotten a lot better. At the beginning of the year, I think we were the 6th quickest car. We've made a lot of upgrades to it. So hopefully, we can get a podium. Last year we finished 5th in the championship. This year, maybe one better, maybe 4th. Break into that big 4. As it is soft conditions. As here we go for our qualifying lap here in Canada. We're going through the first couple of corners relatively well. There we go. Turning in well, getting the good. There we go. Might even talk less just so I can look in. We go a bit wide there. Little bit of a skid. Activate the DRS. The ERS, the whole shebang. Coming down this straight. There we go. We do have a one component there, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. There we go, heading on to the main straight. Activating the second DRS point. We're still, I think, yeah, with this rate we could be getting pole position here in Canada. There we go, activating the final one to cross the line with a 109.3.
Okay, good job, mate. Really well
And
done.
that is pole position here in Canada. Gearing us up for a good race day.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race.
As
but before we
Carlos
begin,
even coming
let's have a
third.
quick look at those who will be fronting
Like
the
I said, I'm a lot quicker in the dry. I am a lot quicker in the dry. I'm just not very good in the wet on soft, worn tyres. I'm not too bad in the wet when I've got wet tyres.
How do you feel this season is going for you? Is the car competitive?
Yep. Yeah, when I've got wet tyres, I'm not too bad. I'm not as quick. It's something I have been working on recently, and we're going to just say no to that. It is something I've been working on recently, but that's the thing. It's one of those where I'm able to correct a lot, but I'm able to keep it on the track, but it does wear the rear tyres a lot, because I'll spin a lot. Like, I'll get lots of oversteer, therefore, obviously, getting a lot of wheel spin, and then, obviously, yeah. I might bring it a bit back then. I can't really change sensitivity, because it's not a... At least I don't think I can. No, I don't think I can, but I can just move it further away. Is that a little bit better? Well, who doesn't want to hear my breath in extreme quality? Why not? What is wrong with my beautiful breathing? Whew. As here we go for the race. We're starting P1. Carlos is P3. And hopefully we can get a win. We had good pace in qualifying. If we can do good pit stops, if we can get good strategy, could be a very easy win. And it's very much on the cards. If. That's the key word here.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time
I
to
think
see
it's
how
raining.
our starting grid looks for today's race.
I think it might be raining.
On pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Russell, Max Verstappen, and Perez. Stroll,
by the way,
Fiat, and
driver name
Sebastian
is not my real name.
Matsushita, Ricardo,
I just chose it because I like the sound of it.
Giovinazzi, Nick
I'm not going to
DeVries,
dox myself.
and Pierre Gasly, Magnussen,
Although to be fair, there
Albon,
is probably somewhere
Latifi,
somewhere
and Esteban Ocon
that has
rounds
my
off the grid.
name.
It's almost time for the
There's no way
lights
there's
to
not.
go out, so let's head down to the track and get
Because
this
I'm not
Grand
very
Prix
good at
underway.
keeping stuff like that obviously private, just because of how I used to be. So there's a lot of stuff out there that's got my name and stuff, but you know, it's what it is. I mean, it's not like you can really... Ooh, shaky. But I do think it's raining. From what I saw, I think it might be raining. Hey, I have ADHD, that's all you need to know. Oh, it's not raining, that's good. Now, I think we're going to do that, because I always seem to be a lot better on the medium tyre. Yeah. So do I. I'm going to bring that down to 19 laps. And... just going to go off.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature
The
on this
thing
lap.
is, my problem is I have a
We're
tendency to
limited, so go
overshare.
through them all if you can.
I share way too much about myself. There we go. There we go. We'll see if we can warm these tyres up. Again, they have this weird obsession with putting me on my soft tyres, especially my quali ones. Here we are. Weaving, trying to get some temperature in them.
Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
And it doesn't seem like there's going to be any rain, which is good news for us. It's a common problem people have, to be fair, especially me. There we go. We've got Hamilton P2. He's going to be giving us a run for our money off the line in this race. Sainz could be an outsider contender as well, but I'd like to think we've got them up to temperature now. We have this in the bag. Wyatt decides to do this for me. Doesn't let me form up in these older ones. Doesn't let you come up to the yeah, I don't know why. It's one of those weird little gimmicks of this older.
Keep an eye on
I think we're all
lights.
tired.
The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
So here we go. Waiting for everyone to form up, getting ready for the race start. And it's going to be a very interesting race. We are now the third quickest car on the grid. And we could have a very good chance of a race win here if nothing goes wrong. As we go to 5 red lights. As it's lights out and away we go. We get a pretty decent start. Hamilton also gets a good start trying to cover him. We do get him into the first corner. We now have the lead of the Grand Prix. Now can we hold on to it? We go a little bit wide through there. Get a bit of oversteer. But we manage to keep it on the track. Now we need to try and pull away on this first lap to try and avoid all the chaos. Because otherwise... Going wide there again. Not good.
Well done, mate. Nice start.
As we're already pulling away, we already pulled 0.4 of a second on the first half a lap. There we go. Yeah, I am playing manual. It is incredibly difficult. Although I could probably... I try and put it as late as possible. I tend to change gear too early. It's been something I've been working on for a while lately. Going through there. Whew. And we've already pulled 0.7 of a second on the first lap on its own. There we go. Whoa. As we managed to keep that, but we have lost a good 0.2 from that slide, and we already know our rear tyres. Oh, we've got damage, but we're not. I'm not going to flash back. You know what? We're going to deal with that, and we're going to fight.
Careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. A new
Along.
strategy is available on the MFD.
Heading into the corner, trying to keep it, and we do manage to keep it, but we do.
Okay.
No, we're going to pit. We're going to keep the original strategy. I'm going to hold them behind. I'm very confident in my defending in the dry. So I think we've got this. Up to 8th gear. We have got the fastest lap. Whoa! As I was not paying attention. As now we've got missing a whole left side of the front wing. But we have to hold on. Because I think we may have just ruined our chances at a win. But if we can hold Lewis up, really push, as he hits into us, sending us over the grass. But if we can just keep this up until the pit stops, we shouldn't lose too many positions. As Carlos is making a move on Hamilton. Heading into the corner, we go wide. Trying to deal with this damage. As we think we'll move over for Sainz here. But we are going to defend like a lion against Lewis. And try and keep this second place. Sainz going to speed off into the distance to see if he can take our first win for the team. As Hamilton is absolutely storming up to the back of us now as he pits.
Carlos is in for his stop.
Lewis, they've got damage. They had damage. Must have been why they pit. No, not good. But I think we can stay out for longer. I think we've got this. I trust my ability around Canada, and I trust my ability to race without a front wing, because I'm so very used to it. So we're going to just keep everyone else behind to see if we can manage. As it's 3 wide now, Russell smacking into the side of me. As there's a big pile up. Big pile up there. As I think we're going to take this chance to pit onto hards. I'm going to take this chance. Box this lap onto new hard tyres. Antonio Giovinazzi, Nick de Vries. Whoa, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Whoa! 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 What was that? As who is passing us? It is George Russell. Gonna change the wing.
Exit now.
As it's a good 8-second pit stop, which is good for the team.
To speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
As now, very strange. We've got many disqualifications. I believe it is due to the game having everyone stopped because of what looks like a crash on the minimap, and because they were stopped on track, they got disqualified for it. Very common thing to happen in this game, I'll tell you what. As we now have to go to the end of 18 laps on this hard tyre, but we're still ahead of Sainz and Hamilton. So that crash actually ended up working out for us, as now what we have to do is hunt down these soft tyre runners, or at the very least try and stay within distance of them. As Charles Leclerc's been disqualified. Thought he already had been. Very strange. To be fair, I could probably turn the guideline off. Well, the corners anyway. Let's actually do that now, shall we? I've been doing it on the other games, it's just I haven't gotten around to do it on this one. There we go. There we go. As we're catching up right up to the back of Latifi here. And we can very easily get past him now. If we just stay on the back of him through these corners, he's going to have worn soft tyres. We're still on fresh hards. So we could make a move down the inside here. And we get the move done nice and cleanly. As we now activate the DRS onto the straight. Come on to the final chicane where the Wall of Champions is. We don't want to become one of them. Well, we've got Latifi now on to Alex Albon in the Alfa Romeo. Very strange thing to say. But nonetheless, he is in that Alfa Romeo. Charles Leclerc in the other Alfa Romeo. Going back to his original team. But clearly it's not worked out for him this weekend because of the really extremely buggy and realistically very strange way the game operates. So if we look at tyre deg, we should be fine for the race, you know. Just take it easy through these corners. As long as we don't have some sort of mechanical failure, I believe we should be alright. As we do go wide there though. not good. Sainz 7 seconds back now. Looking very good for us. And I believe at the moment it's a pseudo 1-2. I'm going to say. As they all come into the pits, we set the fastest lap of the race.
The new fastest lap of the race.
So there we go. We can see Albon right in front of us now, and we could get an overtake on this lap. I'm not going to push for it because I believe he's probably going to pit this lap, if not next lap. But if the chance presents itself and it's a pass that does not compromise my race in any way, we will, you know, snap that up. But I think the reason why we've gained so much on Sainz is because, yeah, he was struggling to get past Latifi. Obviously struggling to get past the much slower tyre runner there. So we have a bit of wheel spin coming out the corner. But we do have DRS on the straight. That's Rich Mix. That's not actually, as he is going to stay out for another lap. We really want to get past him here. Going down the inside, a very late dive, but we get the move done. And we're up into first place yet again. Albon and Latifi, I think, are the last two soft tyre runners in the race. As we go wide, I was not paying attention. I was too busy looking at just trying to look at the chat. But we now have damage. We've got 8 laps to go. And I think we're going to stay on this. We're going to stay on it. No, I think we'll...
Got that confirmed.
Well, that's not like pressed, but you know. I think we can make it to the end of this on this tyre. I think we can do it. We've got damage, but I think we can make it. As it's telling me to pit, we're not going to pit. Because it will ruin our race for us.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
I can. Because in the dry, I am a machine. When I'm not zoning out. Because that's what caused that. You can't let up even for a second. Just like in real life. But I don't feel massively hindered by it. But if you look at the split times, it is coming down very quickly. And it might be after a jobby where I just sit and defend lap after lap after lap. I have a big feeling it will be, considering how quickly that split time is going down. As I'm only really going to try and look at chat on the old straights. Otherwise it's not a good idea. We don't want to compromise our race anymore. I think I'm now at a stage, to be fair, but I can probably turn flashbacks off. Because I might use it just to see if anything happens. Coming into the corner, doing alright. There we go. We're doing alright, but... whew, that split time is definitely going down. Split time definitely coming down quite a lot. He's within him and Hamilton in a desperate fight for the win, as they're now right behind me. As we're going to have to defend, like, I don't think I've ever defended before. Because usually I'll just reverse time and not get damage. I've never driven with a ton of damage like this before for a race win. But we're going to have to do it. In fact, I think it's... through these corners, it will be on the straight where I'll struggle. Here I can probably get away with a little bit of holding them up. But then at the same time, is it worth compromising Sainz's race?
Perez has just posted the fastest lap of the race.
Is it worth ruining our teammate's race? Or potentially ruining his race by letting Hamilton overtake and missing out on a 1-2? Is that the move, or do we just let Sainz pass and defend against Hamilton? As they are now within DRS range on this lap. We've got quite a few laps still. Ooh, a big snap of oversteer as well, but Hamilton's out the session. Can we see what has happened? Let's see. So who's this? That's Russell. That's Hamilton. Is he slow? I think he's got a mechanical issue. As Lewis Hamilton is out of the Canadian Grand Prix. What a turn of events. So that means in third is Russell. But you know what? We're going to go for this win. As the rest of the grid is 4 seconds back. We're going to try our best here to hold them both up. Maybe try backing them into Verstappen, therefore creating a bit more argy-bargy, and therefore we might be able to slip away a little bit. As on the straight, he's going to have DRS.
Caution, caution.
As Hamilton is still here. As they're both right behind me. If we hold them up here. There we go. As we're going to have to really, really defend here. Rich mix. Dive down the inside. And I think I went over the white lines there a little bit. Well, there's no penalty or warning, so I'm going to count it as legal. We have, I think, 4 laps to go. As they are right behind me. Really looking at any possible opportunity to pick me up.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
That's what I might do. As he goes wide there.
Okay, you need to give that position back.
As we're going to
Illegal overtake.
Here we go. We got a good run. Ooh.
Green flag. Green flag. We're racing again.
What do we... There's no penalty. There's no penalty. But would we consider that legal? Would we consider that legal? I think it's fine, you know what? I think it's fine. Because that is not corner cutting, I was forced off the track. In my defence, I believe I was forced off the track there. but I do find it weird. Usually you probably get like a 20-second penalty for that. But we need all the help we can get on these last couple of laps here at the Canadian Grand Prix. Tiptoeing around the circuit. Trying to be kind on our tyres as well, because they will be worn now. Yeah. We're starting to see signs of wear. As Russell... We need to check something. As Sainz is down to 10th! Oh, God. What the heck? What kind of... Oh, this was probably the warning. Was Sainz. So he must have hit Sainz. Gave Sainz damage. That's what I believe has happened.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
As Russell's pit. So now, I am in a fight for the win with none other than Lance Strolovich himself. So I'm going to be scared, because I feel like I will just get ploughed into. So here we go, we've got...
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix 2 soon.
As we've got to stay with him now. We made a mistake. We've really got to stay with him. Fact. We're going for a move. We go very deep. As we've got Verstappen behind as well. But we have DRS. Stroll doesn't. This is going to be a very intense ending to this weekend. Getting the DRS again. Hopefully Stroll can hold up Verstappen and not attack me. Hopefully he'll be too busy defending against Max Spartacus Verstappen himself to worry about the race win here. As we've only got 2 laps left. Just take it easy. Don't give them any room to make a mistake. There we go. This is going to make a move here. We're going to force him to the inside. We're going to go on to Rich Mix. And a desperate attempt to try and keep the lead. Try and keep the inside here. And that was perfectly legal. I'd say that was perfectly legal. No collision.
This is your final lap of the race.
No corner cutting of the sort. And after a very turbulent 18 laps, we might be able to get the win here if we could just hold on for the next 4.8 kilometers. There we go. This would have been much easier if we had not spaced out
Less than a
and
lap of
gotten
fuel now. The tank is empty.
into the corner. So I think we're going to let Stroll pass to try and get this DRS in the last straight. So we're going to go deep. As we're going to force him wide. And that is DRS. On the final lap of the race. I think we might have just done it. That is the race win here in Canada. The first time in our career that is a race win. Let's go. race win. Made it a lot harder for myself,
That's it then for
but
a magnificent Canadian Grand Prix.
it's a win nonetheless. It was very turbulent as well. Good content. But there you have it. As we get out the car, fist bump the air.
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day.
Lovely.
And a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't
Have
matter how
fun
much time you
doing,
spend poring over
I think, what
stats
was
and
it,
planning
lunch?
strategies if you can't keep the pace. And our winner today showed they could do both.
There's George Russell.
Welcome then to
After
the
the collision with
top
Sainz.
three drivers. What a great effort from them today in a
There we
very
are.
difficult race.
Lovely, lovely race win there. As to what's next, I think we go up to the driver negotiation window. And then I think I might call it there, you know. I still got to have dinner. There we go. See you later. Bye. As there
So
it
let's
is.
review the updated
Will
driver's
Stevens,
stats. Well, the gap at
our
the top of the
character,
championship
up
has
in
been
first
cut
place.
down after a difficult
Sainz
race
dropping
today
down
for
to
our
9th,
championship
unfortunately,
leader.
but
So, Anthony
it's
Davidson, who would you
good.
rank as your driver of the day?
It's an
Good,
interesting one
good,
today.
good
On balance, I think I have to
progress.
call
It
out
shows that
Alexander
we have
Albon.
the
A
pace
really solid drive from him today,
to
and one that he and his
consistently
team should be
look
proud
for
of.
race wins.
It's
If we
time
look
to
at the
see how things are
standings,
shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Our
We are fourth.
championship leaders retain their position.
100
but their
points off
lead is
Mercedes.
shrinking. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table.
Williams
Well, and to
in
another fantastic weekend of
10th.
racing. Thanks to everyone who
Renault
joined
up
us,
to
and we'll
5th.
see you for the next one.
Ferrari down in 6th. Now that is a surprise. As where did the Ferraris come? 19th and 14th respectively. So there it is. We'll see if we can renegotiate with Carlos Sainz himself. If not, well, I don't know. Where are we gonna sign?
Fans really seem to enjoy that. Made it look easy. Was there really any competition for you today?
There we go.
You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret?
We're gonna be
Great.
team player.
That's everything.
I'm not really a selfish person, so I'm not one to as there we are, up to 13 overall. 800 grand from that race, which I think it gives us enough to retain Sainz for the rest of the year. But I do need to be careful of that. That was very close.
Morning, boss. This week's income from the sponsors has cleared.
As that
We're
is
making good
12.6
profit
million.
against
Yeah,
our
I think we do. As now we can do some simulator training. Podium celebration party. Then we can do aero team building, driver promotional filming. Okay. If we look at the R&D, let's see what we can
If it
work
were
on.
me, this is probably what I'd invest in.
We'll put, and we'll start heavily investing in the durability side of things, because we are definitely lacking there. There we go. As we've got a worn component here, so we'll just change that. There we go. So we've got a new car livery. I'll have a look at it later. We'll see what we can do with it. Was it at the start of the year we had 36,000? So at the moment we're looking good. As yeah. So we lost out both in the season. We've invested heavily this season, let's just say that. He's now 94 rated. So if we just go through this, we've now got a invitational.
They'll be on the car
Now.
for the next race weekend.
I think we go up to the Austrian Grand Prix, and then we will leave it there. We skip that. There we go.
You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later, you'll probably...
If it were me, this is probably what I'd invest in.
Lovely. '26th, 27th. We got the new wind plates,
Okay.
and there we
We've had
are.
the new parts come through from the
So now we're the second
fabrication. We'll have
best
them with us
team
for the next Grand Prix.
in the sport. We started this season in 6th, I believe, 6th fastest car. But we've managed to shoot up, which has hugely helped. And hopefully this means next season we can yeah. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me, and I believe I shall see you in the next one.